Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night on the GSMC Sports Network to bring you the latest thing in terms of professional wrestling. Well, good to see you guys. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are preparing for another tremendous edition of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. But we also do have a pretty awesome showcasing of sports happening this weekend. Make sure you guys catch the Pro Bowl games on ESPN. I'm just kidding, no. Honestly, the Pro Bowl games nowadays, it's, the mini games are fun, but all in all, the Pro Bowl has kind of lost its value. And you can't really blame the players for that. They don't really want to get injured. They don't really want to, they don't want to necessarily put their bodies through harm that they don't necessarily have to endure. But I feel like, Pro Bowl weekend, it should be a little bit relevant. So, I think, a pretty awesome thing that would be pretty awesome to bring back, the Pro Bowl weekend would definitely be, I would love to see the number 1 spot, the 2 spot for the Wild for the draft go at it in a game, and the winner gets the number 1 pick. That'd be pretty cool. At least that's what I would do. Obviously, that's what I would do because I feel like it would bring so much fans' attention. But I don't think Roger Goodell's really going to be into that. But I don't know. It should be an interesting. We got Team Peyton, we got Team Eli taking on each other in a brother versus brother battle royal to find out who is the superior manning. I'm just kidding. No. I saw that from a commercial. I thought that was actually pretty badass. It was kind of funny. But yeah, we're gonna find out. Who represents the NFL, the AFC or the NFC. Obviously, we do have the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Who do you guys have, the Eagles or the Chiefs? But we're here to talk about the greatest thing in our professional wrestling. So make sure you guys, grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and get ready for an action-packed episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. So, we have a great show for you today, all lined up. We have our WWE Monday Night RAW recap. We have our NXT review. We're going to talk about Jordan Grace signing with the WWE. We're going to talk about Baron Corbin on his remarks on a potential WWE return. And then our 5th and final segment, we're going to get into some TNA. Usually I do TNA and Ring of Honor like back to back in the same, in the same segment. But it always feels like that segment runs for such a long time. So I'm just like, let's see how it goes with just talking about 1 and 1. Right now we're gonna focus about TNA Impact on Thursday. We're gonna get into that. But of course, before we go on moving on, just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that, that super chat, whether if you got a burning question or hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling here at the GSMC Sports Network. We are all ears. We just want you guys to make sure if you have dying to share something, if you want to get something off your chest, we are all ears. This show is all about keeping the conversation going lively, making sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy, drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed, why not use that super chat? It's that little $sign there, which guarantees anything you guys put inside that little chat box, it's going to be featured, talked about, debated about, maybe even take place of a segment on the show. So we can maybe, if it's that juicy, can't wait to find out what you guys have to say. Also, it's a plus, it's a great way to, support the channel. Your super chats obviously keeps us, keeps the lights on these amazing podcasts with these amazing podcasters with one goal in mind, to make sure that we bring you the most awesome sports content that you guys loved so dang much. And, we are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on this show. Remember to, send those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, let the super chat now your thing. It's all good. Make sure you guys hit up that tips and donations link. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here, the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. There's going to be some disagreements. There's going to be some criticisms. It's all good. It's already water under the bridge. It's all gravy, baby. Don't even worry about it. Make sure you guys feel absolutely 1,010% comfortable to speak on whatever you guys want to speak on, and we'll talk about it. All right, we have our WWE Monday Night RAW review. All in all, good episode. I know I said that every single time I recap an episode, but this episode was actually pretty damn good. We had Seth Rollins kick off Monday Night RAW it feels like he's having a real crisis of character. The fans, they love CM Punk. The fans love CM Punk. The CM Punk redemption story has been prominent in terms of WWE for such a long time, even before he came back to wrestling. That though, the year of his hiatus, the fans kept randomly chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and it gets to the point where usually, if you are in charge of like storyline and creative development within WWE, maybe you would perhaps have Seth Rollins turn against the fans, defend himself, be like, you know what, Seth, you guys want to chant for CM Punk, guess what? You're no friends of mine. I'm happy that they haven't done that. I'm happy, yet. They haven't done that yet. I'm happy that they're actually sticking to, this is a storyline. This is the entertainment factor. You could still be a good guy and be booed. You can be a bad guy and be supported, but it's all part of the storyline. And the storyline between Seth Rollins and CM Punk is actually going pretty damn well. I don't really want to see, it going absolutely anywhere. Seth Rollins even said, they want to kick me down, but I will not stay down. Seth Rollins claims that he will win. He, usually a guy who does this, Seth Rollins especially, I see him lasting to probably the final 4, maybe the final 6, and, maybe he gets eliminated, and, it's him and CM Punk, the final 2 in the Royal Rumble. Right now, this Royal Rumble that we're having here in 2025, it's so up in the air. It's absolutely nuts with the men's and the women's. I honestly, obviously a huge favorite is CM Punk. CM Punk is definitely the favorite. At this point, I really don't see, I don't really see anybody else winning, and I don't really see anything else making sense. I can see maybe Seth Rollins and CM Punk getting each other eliminated, maybe fighting on the outside, or maybe Seth gets eliminated by CM Punk. Then he finds a way to kind of, get CM Punk outside the ring, and then he beats the holy hell out of him, and then it's the final 2, and then CM Punk comes running down the ramp. It's like, oh, CM Punk was never eliminated. Then he comes in and he does his thing and wins that trip to WrestleMania. But it's hard. It's hard because if you're WWE, and I'm nothing against CM Punk. You have an aging CM Punk. Do you really honestly want to let this guy, carry a championship? Because whoever wins the Royal Rumble this year is going to be a champion. It's going to be a champion. But overall, this whole Seth Rollins and CM Punk feud, I feel like, and I might be wrong, obviously this is my opinion 1,010%, I feel like their feud could ultimately overshadow, a WrestleMania main event amongst, either one of them fighting Cody Rhodes or Gunther for their respective titles. But, it's still all up in the air. I really honestly don't really know who's going to come out, the men's Royal Rumble winner or the women's. I can't wait to find out this Saturday. And of course, Gunther comes out, starts cleaning stuff up. I liked how he started talking about his legacy. He defeated Jey Uso. He's defeated a lot of superstars that got in his way. And then Logan Paul comes out. Logan Paul makes his WWE Monday Night RAW debut, and it was, it was short of stellar. I got to be honest. He was booed a lot. He was ultimately kind of booed off stage a little bit. Nobody really wanted to hear what he had to say, which is kind of sad because you got to love the YouTube star there. But maybe he can be a great heel. Maybe he's this Netflix day and age era of professional wrestling. Maybe he's a heel. It works. He's a bad guy. People love, ultimately what you're trying to do in professional wrestling is to kind of, you're trying to cause a stir within the fans, either positive or negative. So, someone like Logan Paul, with all this access, with all the followers in terms of social media, you drop a bomb, you drop a promo, talking crap about something or someone that the fans love so damn much. They're going to like it. They're going to pay attention to it. They're going to get the attention. What's the old saying? Even bad publicity is good publicity, and that's honestly could explain the whole reason, or maybe the future storyline of what Logan Paul has to deal with. And, the future of his storyline, what makes sense in terms of WWE. It wouldn't surprise me if this, Netflix era, you have somebody like Logan Paul being the top heel in WWE. Honestly, at this point, I feel like it makes the most sense. You kind of have to do it. YouTube is, broadcasted all over the freaking world. Not YouTube, sorry, excuse me. Netflix. Logan Paul, he's a great superstar. He's a great superstar. A lot of people kind of have a lot of baggage between, the whole thing happening between him, the whole thing with his brother, a boxing YouTube star, making it big. Not a lot of people ultimately want to acknowledge their skills, their talents, their potential, mostly because I don't want to say it's jealousy. I don't want to say anything like that because obviously I don't want to put my neck out there. But, a lot of people are afraid to kind of take that next step. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, the two Paul brothers literally looked at each other and was like, you know what? Let's make something of ourselves. And they went out there and they did something that not a lot of people kind of had the guts to do. You have Jake Paul, Jake and Logan both did what they had to do, and then look at the position they're in now. You had Logan Paul fighting, in WrestleMania. You had, Jake Paul fighting someone like Mike Tyson, Well, no, I don't think Logan Paul fought in WrestleMania. No, I think he did. No, SummerSlam for sure. But overall, these guys have done immense things to ultimately propel their careers, ultimately make themselves a modern entertainment conglomerate just by themselves, and that's very admirable. And I feel like him coming back as a heel would be absolutely awesome. I would love to see it 1,010%. All right, next we see, what is it? Sami Zayn, obviously looking kind of pissed off at CM Punk. CM Punk said that Sami wasn't on his level. Then you saw Karrion Kross approach Sami Zayn. Obviously, Sami was like, you know what? I'm kind of done with this right now. Stop trying to get inside my head. I have all this other kind of BS to kind of deal with. Next, we have the WWE World Tag Team Championship match. We have the War Raiders taking on the Judgment Day, the team of JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. And this match was crazy. It was kind of, it was a little scary. At the beginning of the match, you saw JD McDonough do a moonsault off the top rope trying to hit Ivar. And then, his head slapped in the back of the announce table. Only to find out, nothing wrong with this, his neck or his head or anything like that. When I say nothing wrong, obviously professional wrestlers, they kind of shake off a lot of injuries. But he has a punctured lung, and he's going to be out for a couple of months. Probably, I give it like 3 to 4 months. What's going to happen with the Judgment Day? I feel like this is perfect for the Judgment Day to finally kind of disband. No Finn Balor, no JD McDonough, Damian Priest, the thorn in their side that's been there ever since, they broke up. Along with Rhea Ripley, you have Damian Priest on WWE SmackDown. So, you're kind of starting fresh. This whole Liv Morgan thing, Raquel Rodriguez, kind of undermining Finn Balor, and the fans, they get it. They pay attention to stuff like that. But it just, I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. This is the absolutely perfect time to kind of have a breakup, maybe a feud between Finn and Dom, and then eventually everybody kind of goes their separate ways. But I feel like the people who kind of suffer the most is, but not really Liv Morgan. Not really Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez or really Dominic. I feel like it suffers more for JD McDonough and Carlito, who are, actually, without Finn Balor, and especially without Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they're lost. They don't really have a storyline direction. They don't really have, something, they don't really have, a chair to stand on in terms of, if you're a WWE, higher up, what makes me want to sign you? You don't really have any, your time is already passed, and that's nothing against Carlito and JD McDonough. But right now, in terms of storyline on Monday Night Raw, where do they really fit? And the answer is nowhere. They really honestly don't belong anywhere. Finn Balor, Dominic, and, not really Dominic per se. But Finn Balor is literally keeping a lot of these storylines giving these guys a reason to live in terms of WWE. But, should be interesting to kind of find out what happens in the future. The War Raiders, obviously, they retain their WWE World Tag Team Championships. The New Day confronts Kaiser and Pete Dunne backstage. They seem like they're actually kind of going toward the favorites there. I was like, okay, are they going to turn Kaiser and Pete Dunne, in the tag teams? Maybe. Rey Mysterio defeats Xavier Woods. Obviously, Xavier Woods, with the family turn, with the distraction. Jey Uso claims that he's going to be victorious. He was with Quavo. Obviously, for me, I'm like, okay, what's the big deal, But, it is what it is. People do like that kind of stuff. Lyra Valkyria declares herself inside the Royal Rumble. Ivy now looks like she would be the next one to challenge Lyra Valkyria. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are victorious over the WWE Women's World Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair, and Naomi Penta Acero Maito declares himself inside the Royal Rumble as well. Paul Heyman comes out to talk Roman Reigns. Says that Roman Reigns is in the mindset that he's going against everybody. Once again, Drew McIntyre comes out absolutely pissed and frustrated. And Drew actually cut a nice, good promo. I thought that was pretty badass. In the main event, we saw Drew McIntyre defeat Sami Zayn. At the end of the match, you saw Drew trying to take advantage of Sami Zayn's vulnerable state. You had Cody Rhodes come out. You saw Kevin Owens. And then once again, Sami Zayn makes some mistakes and he haluva kicks the WWE champion Cody Rhodes, and then you saw CM Punk talk to Cody Rhodes in the last moments of WWE Monday Night RAW. And it was actually kind of intense. It was pretty intense, but mostly kind of building up momentum toward the Royal Rumble. Once again, I feel like CM Punk obviously I feel like he kind of has this in the bag. But, it is what it is. It could be, I feel like it's going to be great. It's going to be one of the greatest Royal Rumbles of all time, and that's my opinion. All right, guys, so we do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about some WWE NXT. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage. Join me here in about 25 seconds. So, hey, do not go absolutely anywhere.